Hello and welcome to this review about the Historic Dockyards in Chatham. The dockyards are in Chatham, in Kent, and the postcode is ME4 4UY if you're planning to travel there by car and using SatNav. When you arrive at the dockyard, you will find there's ample free parking. This is on the left hand side, and also, if you are lucky, you can also park undercover at the end on the right hand side. This is where we're about to park. I always try to park under cover because if we have the children with us, it's good to get the pushchair out and the children into the pushchair without worrying about rain or strong sunlight, which can sometimes make it a bit of a rush job. As you're about to see, it's really easy to find a parking space. Although there aren't any children spaces, it's quite easy to find an end of a row or against a fire escape where you're able to open the doors fully. As you can see, it's really easy to find a parking space. Here we are, parked. So how much is it to get in? Well, it's £25 an adult and £15 a child for children aged 5 to 15. Although if you buy the tickets online, you get £22 per adult and £13 per child. As two of our children were under 5, we only paid £44 for all of us to get in. A real benefit is these tickets are available to use all year round, so you actually get quite good value for money. Once you're in, you'll be asked if you want to book a tour on the Ocelot submarine or in the rope walk. I'd recommend getting those tours booked quickly. Once you've done that and you've walked outside into the main outside area, you'll find this large structure on the right hand side. The right hand boathouse is for lifeboats, which you can walk around and get inside. It's actually quite good fun to get down inside the lifeboats and look at all the equipment. The children especially love running around. On the left hand side, that boathouse has a mezzanine floor. It's a long way up and some children may get a little scared, but there is a lift if you have a pushchair. Once you get up there, although there isn't any exhibits, there is a large amount of wooden structure in the roof, which is quite impressive. I took a photograph of it so you can see if it's worth the journey up the stairs. As you can see, it's incredibly large inside. So, once you've come down off that mezzanine, the first thing you'll probably see is the HMS Gannet. Once on board, you will find that in the captain's cabin there's a glass panel in the floor, which is where they used to pull up the propeller. It's quite good fun to challenge yourself to walk over it. Phew, did it. Now, how long will it take my children to walk across it? Will they be as brave as I was? There's a long pause, and then, yeah, we've made it across. It's amazing how many people will stand looking into the hole and then slowly taking a step across it. Do be careful though, there are some steep steps, so we're all sure to keep an eye on where our children are at all times. I didn't take any pictures on board the battleship, but again that's really good fun. There's lots of levels and decks to explore, inside and out, but do be careful to make sure that children don't fall down the stairs. That's the only warning I would make of the site. So once you've done that, you may be feeling hungry. We certainly were. And just to the left of the battleship is a building with a steam train parked outside. There it is there. Inside is the wagon stop, which is a cafeteria and children's soft play area. We ordered 2 sausage rolls, a portion of wedges for the adults, an incredibly large sausage hot dog for my daughter, and then my other daughter had a kids sandwich pack, which included a sandwich, the jelly pot, another pack of jelly, a packet of crisps and a drink. You get 5 items, which is a pick and mix from the menu. It's all quite good food, very enjoyable, and that meal cost us £22.80, including 2 hot drinks for the adults. Now strangely, they don't have a toilet inside the cafeteria, so if you do get caught short, you have to go out of the building, go round towards the brewery and walk towards the riverfront. There you'll find a small building like this, where you'll be pleased to see that even the men's toilet has a baby changing area. Another comment about the wagon stop, it's also the location of the cash point on site, which from memory I think does charge for withdrawals. Anyway, this is the Ocelot, the submarine, and hopefully you've booked to go on that. Now it's not possible to take pushchairs on board, but there is a canopy outside to leave them under. There are some steep steps, and I noticed our child did find it slightly difficult to go down them, but with a bit of encouragement they made it down into the submarine very easily. Do be careful not to drop any parts or small things under the submarine, there's lots of crevices for things to get lost. You'll be taken through by a guide who will tell you a bit about the submarine as you progress through it. One thing to note, there are quite a few of these hatches to pass through, so if you don't think you're able to do that, it might be not a good idea to go down onto the submarine. There is only one door in and one door out after all. Other than that, it's actually very good fun, and I can't imagine what it would be like to have to live in one of these for 3 months of the year. During the summer months, they seem to have trains running. This wasn't taken this year, this was in the summer of 2018. But as you can see, there is a train track that runs from the entrance of the site all the way to the far end where the ropery is. So if you follow the train to the end of the tracks, you'll actually find there's a really nice play area for the children. Play area has swings and climbing frames and other balance boards, and also has a few seats for the adults to sit on whilst we wait for them to play. Our children particularly like playing here, and it was a nice place to stay. It's actually towards the quieter end of the estate, and so is actually quite a pleasant place to relax and take a few moments to catch your breath after some of the boats and slightly more energetic attractions. Now whilst you're down this end of the site, you might as well go and visit the ropery. If you're lucky, you've already booked to do this, otherwise it's a bit of a walk back down the other end. This is an incredibly long building which they used to use for making very long ropes. During the tour they will show you how the ropes were made and explain to you the different names and the different types of rope. There was also an opportunity to watch rope being made. Typically they take 2 people from the audience and ask them to turn the handles to actually turn the rope. If you're one of those lucky people, you get to take a section of rope home that you've made yourself. I was fortunate enough to be one of those people and have a piece of rope that I quite enjoy looking at from time to time. If I don't tell anyone, of course. Anyway, it's a very long building, and actually if you walk around the outside of it, though quite a long walk, you will find some of the sets and some of the scenery from Called Midwife, which is filmed in this part of the site. Now it's probably getting towards the end of the day and you're probably looking for an evening meal. If you go to the restaurant at the entrance, you will find that it's actually very well stocked. Here's a copy of the menu, which I don't think I could find on their website, so it may be handy to see in advance what you might get. Although I've not eaten in the restaurant, I have seen people with fish and chips and other meals, and they do look very good. The portion sizes look extremely generous. When we were there, we stopped for ice cream and hot drinks, and that was all we had. But on the exit I did realise that there was a stand-up menu board which also does show children's menu. I've taken a picture of it for you. You may also be pleased to know that the food is locally sourced, and it also has a licence to sell beer and wine, which after a long day is actually quite nice. So whilst we were there, we stopped in the mess deck and we just had a snack. We had 2 ice creams for the children and 2 hot drinks, and that cost us £10.90. The ice creams are very good, We particularly liked having the lemon curd ice cream, which was delicious. Once you've finished eating and maybe taken a moment in the gift shop, you can always then use the outdoor play area past the exit in the car park as bribery to get the children out of the shop. This is yet again another really nicely thought out play area with a water feature, a sound bar and lots of climbing areas. As I say, it has worked many times as a bribe to get our children out of the gift shop. So how did our day stack up? Well, in total we spent £77.70. £44 of that was the entrance for the adults, which we bought online to get cheaper. Both our children were 5 or under, so we didn't pay for them. We spent £22 on lunch and £10 on a snack in the afternoon. Overall, I think we rated it 8 out of 10. We've been here many times, and I'm sure we'll come back many more times. It was a really enjoyable day, and we find it's quite good if you do different elements of it each time, so it doesn't become too samey. The parking is very easy, and it's very easy to find off the M2 motorway. We've never managed to do all of the attractions in one day, and what we tried to do is pick different ones on different occasions. It's also worked well when we've brought grandparents, because there's things for all ages on this place. Well, I hope that was useful. I've been focusing on the things which I think parents and families will find useful, so please do subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.